Hi everyone, this is Deb. I hope you're having a great Saturday. This is my third time recording this. I'm trying it on my phone. I'm trying it without anything put down other than my camera mount stand. So here we go. I'm sharing with you 6 congratulations cards that I made. They're all just a tad different, but they basically look like this. And before I get into how I did them, let me share with you what I used. The first things I used were Whisper White thick cardstock for the card base, and then this tempting turquoise 8.5 by 11 cardstock that's in the clearance rack currently, and as far as I know is still available. I did use also this Myths and Magic 6x6 Glimmer Paper in the turquoise. It has 3 colors in the pack of 24: iridescent, which is like a white glimmery, light green, and turquoise. I'll just show you these real quick. This is the light green, this is the turquoise that I used, and here is the iridescent. I don't know if you're seeing that. I'm sorry, my camera doesn't do it justice. My phone, I mean. And then the last thing, those two I believe are still available. These are not, so I do apologize, but you can use whatever embellishments you have that you like. These are glitter enamel dots, and I used a couple of the light and darker colors in the pinky purple color, and I don't think they're the same as the colors I used in here. And then the next thing I used 4 stamp sets. The Itty Bitty Greetings from the annual catalog. All I used is this congratulations. The Painted Glass stamp set. All I used is this butterfly right up here. Really pretty. I used from the Label Me Pretty stamp set from the annual catalog this label here, and these labels go with the, sorry for the glare, Pretty Label Punch. Both in the annual catalog, and I use this one quite a bit. You should know that if you watch me at all. But it has a lot of nice sentiments, and this one with the little butterflies and flowers I thought went perfectly with what I was doing. And then from the Occasions catalog, the star of the show, I used this butterfly Duet here, which stamps both together, and then it's on page 35 of the Occasions catalog, and so is the Butterfly Duet Punch. There is a bundle available in the Occasions catalog for both, and when you stamp these, you put the paper in so that your stamp shows from the bottom, so you have your punch upside down so you can see what you're punching, and they punch out beautifully together, both butterflies together, so that is awesome. And there's 4 different styles that you can punch out exactly together, but there's also little antennae and little bodies and things, and a solid little butterfly, and then these 2 that are cut in half like. So I did not use those today, but I'll be using this some more in the future, and I used this one here. So those were my stamps and punches. I also used the Subtle Dynamic Textured Impressions embossing folder. It is probably my all-time favorite. I have a couple favorites, but I think this one is so versatile. I use it quite a bit. I used the Whisper White medium envelopes, and then I used both the mini and regular Stampin' Dimensionals. I also used the mini glue dots. I'm on my new box now. I finished my old one on this project, and I did also use the multi mono liquid glue Tombow. That's the liquid glue that one of them that Stampin' Up sells in the catalog, annual catalog. Then I used this flax ribbon, which is in the Occasions catalog on the same page as the Butterfly Duet and Butterfly Gala stamp set. 5/8 inch wide, and it's in Whisper White. And then from the annual catalog, I used this, it's Call Me Clover leaf ribbon, 3/8 inch. And the 3/8 inch has to be, the size of the leaf or something. though. I don't know how they measured that exactly. So anyway, I used those, and I think that's pretty. Oh no, I did use my Stampin' Blends. I used both the dark and light Bermuda Bay, and I used the light and dark Highland Heather, which is really a pretty color. I do like the Highland Heather color, even though I'm not normally a purple girl, but I like this color. Actually, I like almost all the purples in the current Stampin' Up catalog. And then for inks, I used the Memento Tuxedo Black, and I used the Tempting Turquoise, which is a retired ink color. I got this one at a yard sale before I became a demonstrator, and I've hung on to it because I love turquoise. If anybody watches me long enough, they know I love turquoise. Recently in the clearance rack, and I don't think it's still available, they had the refill, so I grabbed a refill to go with my yard sale find, and I was happy about that because the yard sale lady didn't have the refill. So I'll be hanging on to that. Okay, so without further ado, let me tell you what I did. First of all, here's the envelope. This is the painted glass butterfly. I stamped it on the back and also the bottom left of the envelope in the Tempting Turquoise. I did not color them. Then this is the Whisper White thick cardstock for the card base, and on the inside I just, where are we here? Why am I not seeing it? Okay, I hope that's not blurry. Anyway, I used the little butterfly again from Painted Glass. Then the glimmer paper, the turquoise glimmer paper, I cut just I think a 1/4 inch shorter than the, or maybe some of them might be 1/8 of an inch shorter, anyway, than the white cardstock. And actually this one's a bad example because most of them are full size Tempting Turquoise, but I didn't want to cut into a new sheet and I had this piece left, so on this one I just made it shorter. So you use what you have, guys. Anyway, so on the Tempting Turquoise, I first stamped the images from the Painted Glass butterfly in the same color. I hope you're seeing that. I don't know if you can see that or not. I can't tell from my phone. It's kind of dreary here. I put the flax Whisper White ribbon around just to about here on each card on the back. I taped it down with just some regular, I don't want to say a brand, but you know, the clear tape you can get in the store anywhere, onto the back. And then I glued that all down onto the glitter paper with the liquid glue. And you have to be a little generous because this is textured, and obviously the glimmer has texture. And the glimmer paper does shed glitter a little bit. It's not as bad as some I've had, but it's not as it doesn't hold the glitter on as good as the current annual catalog glimmer papers. Okay. Anyway, because you're doing texture on texture, you really need to use a little bit more than you normally would with the liquid glue, preferably to hold it down. And just try not to get too close to the edges when you do that, but give it a good bit, even go over where the tape is holding that on the back, and then hold it in place for a minute or two, even maybe turn it upside down and rub the back so that they stick together. Then you don't need quite as much when you put the glimmer paper onto the actual white cardstock, because that has a white back, so it's smooth to smooth and it doesn't take as much. Okay, there's a little tip. Then once I did that, the green clover, call me clover, leaf ribbon, I put some glue dots on the back of some of the leaves, not all of them. See, that one's kind of loose, but some of them, just so I could hold it in place. And then I took my stamped pretty label punch, and on those images I colored in the little butterflies in the light Highland Heather and the light Bermuda Bay, and I put some purple and or mostly purple on the little flowers. And then here on this, in fact, I just see a spot I missed on this one little flower. So let me just do that real quick. No big deal. There we go. Might be a few more of those too. Anyway, this particular one, I stamped the congratulations from the Itty Bitty Greetings in the Tempting Turquoise. And here's the little butterfly from the Duet, and here's the large one colored in the Highland Heather Duet duo of Stampin' Blends, the alcohol markers. And when you color them, put a piece of paper down below your cardstock, because I just used the regular Whisper White, and it does, the Stampin' Blends do bleed through a little bit. So put something under them. And then this one is put down with a glue dot or two, just to put it on the label. This one has some mini dimensionals right in the center where his little body is. The body, by the way, doesn't stamp, but when you punch it out, it has the little body shape there. Now you could stamp over that with one of the bodies in here, but I didn't do that. I just took my dark Highland Heather and colored it a little darker in the middle on both of them. And then this is one of the clearance dots. So most all of them are done in the same manner. Let me see. Some of them have one dot, some have three, some have dark, and some have light. Like for example, this one has three, and they're the lighter ones. This is the one that I had a shorter piece of the Tempting Turquoise. Tongue twisters, can we say. This one I used 3 of the dark, and I put one up here because I cut that stem just a little short, so I made it look like a little berry or flower on the end. But this is the same size as the first one. This is the same size as the first one, and that last one, it has the lighter glimmers. And then this is the same. No, this one I actually had a piece that was a little bit short here and here on the Tempting Turquoise, but I used it anyway, and I just put one on there. And then the last one is like the same size as the first, and I just put one of the darker glitter gems on there. So those are my congratulations cards. I didn't have any congratulations cards, and I needed some, so I actually needed probably all 6. So yeah, they're going to be going out to people soon, and I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're not subscribed already, I really love it if you subscribe and join my little YouTube family and friends group here. Also, you can join me on Facebook. You can request to be added to my group called Deb House Crafty Cottage, just like my YouTube. I normally will either announce upcoming videos and lives there, or I will let you know when something's been uploaded, in case you're not on YouTube as much as you are Facebook, you know, covering all my bases there. And usually put the link into the YouTube video so you can see it. And lastly, I appreciate all comments down below, so please feel free to leave a comment. But do give me the thumbs up. It helps my channel, and I'm really trying to bring you quality videos. I still have to work on lighting and my camera setup, and I know that, and I'm trying, but yeah, it's been difficult. So anyway, but the more I can earn from YouTube, the more that will allow me to beef up my equipment and maybe get a better setup going, so I can bring you better quality videos. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for watching. Have a happy new year, happy weekend, and until the next time, hugs, love, and peace.